Somatic hybridization is the development of a hybrid plant through fusion of somatic protoplast of two different plant species or varieties is called as somatic hybridization. Somatic means somatic cells. Hybridization means hybridize two different somatic cells. So development of the hybrid plant through fusion of somatic cells, somatic protoplast from two different plant species or variety is called as somatic hybridization. So here flow diagram represents the somatic hybridization technique. Here first you can see isolation of the protoplast. First we have to go for the isolation of the protoplast. Means protoplast has to isolate it from the cell. Protoplast is nothing but cell wall-less cell membrane, is known as protoplast. That protoplast first we have to isolate from the two different sources which we want to fuse. And from that we want to produce the somatic hybrid. Then fusion of these two protoplasts of desired species or varieties. Then we have to induce the fusion of these two protoplasts that we have isolated from two different plant varieties. Then identification and selection of the somatic hybrid cells. Then culture of these hybrid cells. Then regeneration of hybrid plants. Mechanical method. So plant tissue, from the plant tissue we have to go for the cell plasmolysis. Plasmolysis means we have to degrade cell wall of the plant. Then we have to observe the cell through microscope. In cutting the cell wall with the knife, then release of protoplast either using cellulase and amylase enzyme, pectinase enzyme. Cellulase and pectinase, these two enzymes are responsible for the degradation of the cell wall. They will release the protoplast. Then we have to collect the protoplast. This is the mechanical method. This mechanical method we can use for the vacuolated cells. Vacuolated cells means which are like onion bulb cells, radish and wheat root tissues. Through mechanical method, we can find out there is some drawback that it's low yield of the protoplast. We get low yield, laborious and tedious process, low protoplast viability, leaf sterilization or removal of the epidermis. To plasmolyze cell by using the pectinase and cellulase. Protoplasm release, it will release protoplasm through this isolated protoplast. Plasmolyzed cells by the pectinase enzyme we release the isolated protoplast through enzymatic method. In enzymatic method we are using these two cellulose and pectinase or pectinase enzyme. They release the protoplast. And enzymatic method is usually used for the different varieties of the tissue and organ which including mesophyll tissue, more suitable sources. High yield of protoplast, easy to perform, but easy to perform more protoplast viability. They have more protoplast viability. Somatic hybridization. The technique of hybrid productions through fusion of isolated somatic protoplast under in vitro condition and subsequent development of their product, that is heterokaryon. That in case of somatic hybridization, when we are using or we are fusing two different protoplasts from two different sources, so somatic plast fusions, so under in vitro condition. And subsequently, whatever hybrid we are getting, that is heterokaryon. Heterokaryon means which contain the nucleus from two different cells, two different sources. So hybrid, that is known as somatic hybridization. So in case of somatic hybridization, the nucleus and cytoplasm of both the parents are fused. Nucleus and cytoplasm from both the cells get fused in hybrid cells. Sometimes the nuclear genome of only one parent, nuclear genome of only one parent, but cytoplasmic gene, plastome gene from both the parents are present in the fused hybrid, which are known as hybrid or cytoplasmic hybrid. The nuclear genome of only one parent, but cytoplasmic gene, plastome from both the parents are present in fused hybrid, which known as hybrid or cytoplasmic hybrid. Somatic hybridization involves the following aspect: fusion of protoplast, selection of hybrid cells, fusion of protoplast, selection of hybrids, identification of hybrid plant. Protoplast fusion. Protoplast fusion involves mixing of two different genomes. Mixing of two different genomes and can be achieved by spontaneous or induced fusion method. Spontaneous or induced fusion method. Spontaneous fusion. Cell fusion is a natural process as is observed in case of egg fertilization. Spontaneous means spontaneously the two different cells, male or female, they get fused. Example, egg fertilization. So during the course of the enzymatic degradation of the cell wall, adjoining protoplast may fuse to perform homokaryon, may fuse to perform homokaryocytes or homo means equal nucleus. They fuse These fused cells may sometimes contain high number of the nuclei. The frequency of homokaryon formation was found to be high in protoplast isolated from dividing cell culture. Dividing cell culture. Dividing cell culture. Induced fusion method. Induced fusion method. Isolated protoplast can be fused by the indexer, fused by the indexer. So there are several fusion techniques. So induced fusion method. Isolated protoplasts can be fused by indexer. There are several fusion inducing methods, which are collectively referred as fusor zones. Fusor zones are the chemicals which are used to fuse the two different protoplast cells. Example: sodium nitrate, high glycol, polyvinyl alcohol, isogymes, concavalene, electrofusion, dextron and dextron sulfate, fatty acid and esters. So these are the chemicals which are used to fuse different different protoplast cells. So these chemicals generally induce the fusion process, fusion of agents. Then induced fusion by T20 sodium nitrate. So this sodium nitrate is also sometimes used to induce the fusion by sodium nitrate, first reported by the Power et al. 1970. Isolated protoplasts are exposed to a mixture of 5.5% terate sodium nitrate to 10% sucrose solutions. 10% sucrose solutions. Incubation is carried out. Incubation is carried out for 5 minutes at 35 degrees centigrade. Centrifugation for 5 minutes at 200x gram, 200x G. High pH and high sodium calcium nitrate ion active. Different protoplasts in one solution are together treated with the conditions like high calcium and high pH. So this next method, high pH and high calcium, is also induce the fusion into different protoplasts. When they fuse together, in some case, extreme conditions they provide toxic to certain protoplasts. So high pH, high sodium ion is also important. So this is the overall summary of the protoplast fusion methods. Here you can see protoplast of species A, protoplast of species 2. And we have to suspend these two cells in enzyme mixture, high calcium and high pH. High calcium and high pH. Calcium concentration is 50 millimole. pH is 10.5. 10.5. In case of PEG induction, phosphoethylene glycol, polyethylene glycol. So we have to use 28 to 50% of PEG, then we have to keep for 50 to 30 minutes protoplast aggregation. So we lead the aggregation, protoplast aggregation. Washing medium in the pH 9 to 10. Again, we have to use calcium also that induce the fusation more strongly, 50 millimolar per liter. Similarly, electrofusion, in case of electrofusion, we have to provide first low voltage. So this low voltage form the protoplast chain. Okay. Then high voltage for few microseconds. All these three methods leads to protoplast fusion. All leads to protoplast fusion. Polyethylene glycol treatment says it proved to be one most effective method for the past, most effective. The cells are most treated with a concentration around 30% of polyethylene glycol, which bind to the plasma membrane. This is treated with calcium solution and being cationic bind to PEG. During washing the PEG, polyethylene glycol pulls out the plasma lemma leading to fusion of the protoplast in close proximity. Electrofusion technique. This process involves passing low voltage electric pulses in solution of protoplast to be fused so that they line up for fusion. High voltage electric current, which leads to alteration of membrane adjacent to protoplast fuse. Production of hybrid cells. The protoplasts are actually involved in fusion. Protoplasts that are actually involved in fusion. After the fusion process, the protoplast population consists of heterogeneous mixture of unfused protoplast, homokaryon and heterokaryon. It is therefore necessary to select the hybrid cells, heterokaryon. Therefore necessary to select the hybrid cells. They produce the heterokaryon. Commonly used method employed for selection of hybrid cells are biochemical, visual or cytometric method that are commonly used for selection of the hybrid cells. Culture of hybrid cells. Hybrid cells are cultured on suitable medium that provide for appropriate culture conditions. Regeneration. Plants are induced to regenerate from hybrid plant cells. These hybrid plants must at least partially fertile, in addition to have some useful properties to be used in feeding scheme, so that we can use for the complete regeneration of the complete plant. So as we are discussing about the hybridization techniques, so we already discussed about different methods of the protoplast isolation. As this figure indicates the summarization of the three different methods which are using for the protoplast isolation. Suppose we have two different plant species, so protoplast of plant species A and B. So we can suspend these two cells in an enzyme mixture. So in first case, as you can see here, in first case we are discussing about the high calcium and high pH state form. So high calcium, when we are using high calcium concentrations nearly 50 millimolar, nearly 50 millimolar we are using. Then pH we have to maintain at 10.5 at the temperature 37 degrees centigrade. Then this enzyme mixture should be kept for 30 minutes. So it will induce the protoplast fusion. It will induce the protoplast fusion for the preparation of the hybridization process. In second method, you can see here, we are using PEG, polyethylene glycol. So we are using PEG polyethylene glycol, that is 28 to 50%. PEG we are using. Then rest for the 15 to 30 minute protoplast aggregations we left with that. Then washing the medium at pH 9 to 10. And using calcium concentration of 50 millimolar. Okay, that is used for the protoplast fusion. In third method, we can see electrofusion, low voltage. If, uh, if we are using the electrofusion methods, that is, first we have to use low voltage for long time. Then it leads to preparation of the protoplast chain form, which is desired protoplast pair aligned with the micro manipulations. Aligned with the macro manipulations. Then high voltage for the few microseconds that is used for the similarly polyethylene glycol. Polyethylene glycol. So this polyethylene glycol treatment has proved to be one of the most effective methods in protoplast fusion. The cells are treated with concentration of around 30% polyethylene glycol, which bind to the plasma membrane. This is treated with the calcium solution, which being cationic bind to the PEG. During washing the PEG, pull out the plasma lemma, which leading to fusion of protoplast in close proximity. In close proximity. That we are. So this later on, this polyethylene glycol is sometimes also used for the different cell fusion methods. Is treated the This is one of the most popular method, most effective method for the protoplast fusion, as cells are treated with concentration of around 30% polyethylene glycol. If we are using 30% polyethylene glycol, 28 to 50% polyethylene glycol, which bind or interact with the plasma membrane, then this plasma membrane leads to form a chain of the plasma of protoplasm. This is treated with a calcium solution. This is treated with a calcium solution, which being cationic that bind to PEG. Being cationic bind to PEG. During washing the PEG, pull out the plasma lemma, leading to fusion of protoplast in close proximity. Next, electrofusion techniques. This electrofusion techniques involve passing out low voltage electric pulses in a solutions of protoplast. That is to fuse that they are a line of fusion. Of fusion. So high voltage electric current will lead to alteration of plasma membrane adjacent to protoplast fusion. All these techniques together very benefited when we are using our objective is development of somatic hybridizations. Though in case of somatic hybridization, as we know, somatic cells, two different somatic cells or two different species are going to be fused. Then selection of hybrid cells. So in this, we are using selection of hybrid cells. The protoplast are actually involved in fusion. Protoplast actually involved in the fusion. So after fusion process, the protoplast populations consist of heterogeneous mixture of unfused protoplast. Then it forms the homokaryons and heterokaryons. Homokaryon and heterokaryon. So it is therefore necessary to select the hybrid cell. Suppose if we are during the hybridization process, we will get two different kinds, either homokaryon or heterokaryon. Homokaryon means same type of cells. They get fused. They form the homokaryon. If we talk about the heterokaryon, means two different species, two different cells get fused, and the nucleus of these two different cells they come together get fused. That is known as heterokaryon. That is because of heterokaryons. So these heterokaryons are most importantly utilized in the hybrid cell. But from homokaryons to heterokaryons, we have to identify those cells. Either this is a heterokaryon or homokaryons. So the most commonly used method employed to selection of hybrid cells are biochemical, visual method, or cytometric method. So biochemical methods generally used to isolate, to purify the different class of proteins, different class of enzymes. Then we have to characterize them. Okay, that they because suppose we are talking, then both from both the parents the proteins has to come into the hybrids. Similarly, visual. So the morphological symptoms which is shown by the hybrid cells is necessarily the character which is produced by the to both the species. Produced by both the species. Then cytometric method. Cytometric method is again we are using by counting the chromosome numbers as the cytological methods. Then later on we can culture of the hybrid cells. Culture of hybrid cells. Hybrid cells are cultured on suitable media which provide with the appropriate culture conditions. If we are providing appropriate suitable culture medium with the tissue culture medium that is used can be plants can use to regenerate the complete plant. Hybrid cells can use to regenerate the complete plant by using the different culture appropriate conditions. Then regeneration of the hybrid plants. Plants are induced to regenerate from hybrid scale. Okay, induced to produce a hybrid scale. This hybrid plant must be at least partially fertile in addition to have some useful properties to be breeding schemes. Breeding scheme. The side breeding. Cytoplasmic hybrids where the nucleus is derived from only one parent. Then cytoplasm is derived from both the parents, which are referred as hybrids. Which are referred as hybrids. The phenomena of formation of hybrid regarded as hybridizations. Phenomena formation of hybrid regarded as hybridizations. Hybridization. Normally, hybrids are produced when protoplast from two phytogenetically distinct species are fused. Genetically are hybrids only for cytoplasmic trait. So these are the used cytoplasmic traits. So in this picture, you can clearly see the cytoplasmic hybrids. So plant A, protoplast B. So in this case, protoplast A and protoplast B fusion has been made by this using this fused protoplast. Fused protoplast in this case. So we can get homokaryon and heterokaryon. In this scheme, if protoplast A is fused with the protoplast A, then we will get the homokaryon. If protoplast A fused with the protoplast B, then we will get the heterokaryon type of cells. Okay. So if the cytoplasm are coming from both the parents, the nucleus is derived from a single parent, either one parent. Then these are known as hybrids. Hybrid protoplast then cultured to regenerate the complete plant. The complete plant can be regenerated by the hybrid. Then nucleus of protoplast A is eliminated by the hybrid protoplast. So then afterwards this protoplast get regenerated to the complete plant. Get regenerated into the complete plant. Then advantages of somatic hybridization. The production of novel interspecific intergeneric hybrids, tomato hybrid of tomato. Tomato is the hybrid between the tomato and tomato, potato and tomato. The production of fertile diploids and polyploids from sexually sterile haploids and triploid and aneuploids. Later on, this resistant to the transfer to the disease resistance. Transfer disease resistance is usually measurable. Yes, we are using. So we are talking about the advantages of somatic hybridization. Somatic hybridization. So production of novel interspecific and intergeneric hybrids can be used. So these are one of the most applicable part of the somatic hybridizations. Production of fertile diploid, polyploid, sexually sterile haploids, diploid and aneuploids. Transfer of the gene for disease resistance, abiotic stress resistance, herbicide resistance for many other quality characters. Okay, that we are using in now somatic hybridizations. We talk about the limitations of somatic hybridizations, poor regeneration of hybrid plant. Sometimes few species, plant species are not giving the response to the response. They are not giving good response to the culturing, tissue culturing. Non-viability of fuse products. Sometimes the fuse heterokaryon or homokaryon is formed during the hybridization of fusion. They are not viable, not so viable. Okay. If viability is not good, then plants facing the issue, a problem with the complete regeneration, different regenerations. Then not successful in all plants. They are not successful in all plants. They are not. Production of unfavorable hybrids. It leads to production of unfavorable hybrid plant. The lack of efficient method for selection of the hybrid. Efficient method for selection of the hybrid. No confirmation of expression of particular trait in somatic hybrid. There is no confirmation of expression of particular trait in somatic hybrids. So these somatic hybridization and somatic hybridizations are one of the important applications in case of plant tissue cultures. Here we can have some good example in case of somatic hybridizations that we can discuss. By this method, we can see application of hybridization. A good example, successful example of somatic hybridization that we can see here. This somatic hybridization generally helps to study the cytoplasmic genes. They help studying the cytoplasmic genes. Cytoplasmic gene. They help in study of cytoplasmic gene. Protoplast fusion. Protoplast fusion can have protoplast fusion can have this protoplast fusion will help in combination of mitochondria and chloroplast. Combination of mitochondria and chloroplast. Combination of mitochondria and chloroplast. Somatic hybridizations always produce patent that keep fertile and visible seeds. Regenerated plants obtained from somatic hybridization are often variable because of somatic variations, chromosomal eliminations, organelle segregation. Protoplast culture is frequently associated with the genetic instability. Protoplast fusion between different species or genus is very easy, but production of viable somatic hybrid is not possible in all instances. Some of somatic hybrids, particularly when produced by the fusion of taxonomically different partners, unbalanced effect match. There are some limitations in selection of methods; they are not efficient. There is no certain as regarded expression of any specific character in somatic hybridizations. So the somatic hybridization between two different species can be one of the which is not favorable for the season haplotype recommended for the somatic hybridization. That is the main drawback of the somatic hybridizations. So this regeneration capacity of the plant or these plants are not necessarily important. So the viability of the fused hybrid is important to regenerate the complete plant. This viability could be not could be because of this somatic hybridizations. Not successful in all plants production of the unfavorable hybrid plants. Lack of an efficient method for selection of hybrid. So confirmation expression of particular trait, particular gene or protein somatic cells is somewhat difficult because nowadays a molecular marker is available to identify those genes. But in case of somatic cells, it becomes more tedious. As